Dear students, we'll start with the chapter 1, which is called number system. So, in this already you know what are natural numbers. So, how we define natural numbers? So, whenever I ask you to count, how we are going to begin your count? Usually, we begin our count from 1. So 2, 3, 4, then we will proceed. To whomever you ask, if you ask them to count, their count will begin from 1. Naturally, the count will begin from 1. Then that is the reason we call it as natural numbers. Then, to the set of natural number, if I include 0, so then we call that set of numbers as whole numbers. See, whole numbers. See how I am going to write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So why the need of 0 arrived? See, when I start counting, when people started counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, after that to proceed further there was a need of new thing. So what happened? See, if 0 was not introduced, again I can't continue. So after the introduction of 0, the counting, so we could expand our counting. So after the introduction of 0 to the whole to the set of natural numbers, our counting completed. That is the reason we call this set as whole numbers. Hope you understood. To the set of natural numbers, if we include 0, and even we understood why 0 was introduced. Then why we call it as whole number? Because so after 9, so we in order to proceed our count, 0 was introduced. After the introduction of 0, our counting completed. So we could complete our counting. So that is the reason we call this as set of whole numbers or whole numbers. Next, third one. See what happened. See anything, so while marking or while doing the counts or while marking anything, see if I take an example of the building, so anything, see if I call this as a ground, or else I will write it here. So if I call this as a ground, anything marked above the ground level, see suppose these are the floors, this we call it as a ground floor or 0. After that, we'll start our counting will 1, 2, 3. So again, people started constructing under the ground. So to name them, so to represent them, there was a need of number. So then they started introducing negative numbers. So then the combination of positive and these all are positive numbers. So then there was a requirement for the combination of positive and negative numbers. The combination of positive and negative numbers are called integers. So these all the things already you have learnt. Just I am revising them. So I hope you understood why the need of the positive and negative integer combination arrived. And even so, anything even in banks, anything credited to our account will be considered as positive. Anything debited from anything credited will be represented by positive. Anything debited will be represented by negative. So again, if you see your bank account, so if you see positive, amount has been credited into your account. If anything negative is there, amount has been debited from your account. So this is how integers are going to help in our day-to-day transaction, understanding our day-to-day transactions. Next comes rational numbers. Rational numbers. So what are rational numbers? Any numbers which can be written in the form of P by Q. Any numbers which can be written in the form of P by Q where q is not equal to 0, such number we call it as rational number. Any number which can be written in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0, such numbers are called rational numbers. Example, if you want to consider 3 by 4, 4 by 8, 8 by 5, so etc. Even 9, 10, minus 10, minus 11, minus 4 by 5. These all are the example for rational numbers. See, so this is there in p by q form, this is there in p by q form. So what about this set of line? See, this set of numbers. See, if anything is there, see, 9. Can I write 1 in the denominator? Can I write 1 in the denominator? So like this I can write 1 in the denominator. If I write 1 in the denominator, it will not at all alter the value of the particular numbers which I have written. And one more thing, so it is going to satisfy the definition of rational number, that is p by q. So this number is there in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0. Since it is satisfying the condition of a rational number, that is the reason we consider these as the examples for rational numbers. Now, so now when I summarize this, natural numbers are the numbers whose count begins from 1 to 1. Whose count begins from 1. So if I represent this as natural numbers, to this, if I include 0, we'll get whole numbers. So natural number is a subset of whole numbers. Then if I include to the whole numbers, if I include negative integers, so to the set of whole numbers, if I include negative numbers, I will get integers represented by z. Then rational numbers, if I consider, if I represent it by r, so natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers. See, even rational numbers, see, integers are subset of rational numbers. See, if I give an example, you see, I'll state few statements. You need to tell me whether they are right or wrong. If you say right, then you should give a reason. If you say wrong, you should give a reason. So my first statement is, all natural numbers are whole numbers. All natural numbers are whole numbers. All natural numbers are whole numbers. So what does it see? Whether this statement is right or wrong. So just you can pause the video and you can answer it, or else look at the board. All natural numbers are whole numbers. See, all natural numbers are whole numbers. See, 1, 2, 3, whichever the number you take, that will see, these natural numbers are subset of whole numbers. So this statement is correct. Now if I write like this, all whole numbers are natural numbers. All whole numbers are natural numbers. Then what will happen here? See, all whole numbers are natural if I say, so 0, 1, 2, see, counting of whole number will begin from 0. But in set of natural numbers, 0 will not be there, hence it is wrong. But it is right because it is satisfying the condition, but it is not satisfying the condition, hence it is wrong. Next, after this, one more, see, if you need, you can pause the video and you can note it down. Next one is, next statement I give. So all the integers are whole numbers. All the integers are whole numbers. So if I give a set of whole integers, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, count will move in this direction, So all integers are whole numbers. See, what are whole numbers? Whole numbers is the set of natural numbers, if you include 0 or else whose count begins from 0, we call it as whole number. But in the set of whole numbers, there are no negative number. Hence, this statement is wrong. This statement is wrong because it is not satisfying it. It is not satisfying the condition. What is that condition? All integers are whole numbers. So, see, negative numbers which are there in integers are not part of whole numbers. So, that is the reason this statement is wrong. Next, if you move to, I'll give one more statement. All integers, sorry, all whole numbers are integers. All whole numbers are integers. See, this is the set of integers, that is -1, -2, so on, 1, 2, 3, so on. Okay. So, all whole numbers, see, all whole numbers are part of integers. Yes, all whole numbers are integers. So, satisfied, hence it is right. So, with the help of this, you can answer. See, n is natural number. So, if I ask you, all natural numbers are whole numbers. All whole numbers are integers. All integers are rational numbers. And reverse will not happen. All rational numbers are integers? Wrong. All integers are whole numbers? Wrong. All whole numbers are natural numbers? Wrong. All natural numbers are integers? Yes, right. All whole numbers are rational number? Right. So, all integers rational number? Right. So, using this, if you have this idea, so natural numbers, if you include 0, you will get whole numbers. To the whole numbers, if you include negative, see, if you include negative numbers, we will get integers. To the set of, again, integers are subset of rational numbers. Okay. So, as of now, this is required, and this is required for the exercise 1.1. Apart from this, you may put the questions like, write the rational numbers between the given two numbers. See, I'll take 2 and 3. So, the question may be, write the 5 rational numbers between 2 and 3. In that case, what you are supposed to do, there are two methods. One method which is effective, I'll explain it. So, how many numbers you need to write, how many rational numbers you need to write in between 2 and 3? You need to write 5 rational numbers. For that, so 5 rational numbers we need. So, to that 5, you need to increase it count by 1, 6. You get 6. 5 plus 1, 6. So, whatever the 6 that you get, you need to multiply numerator and denominator. See, 2 multiply and divide by 6. And for 3 also, multiply and divide it by 6. So, if I multiply and divide by 6, 6 1 is 6, 6 1 is 6. Again, what is remaining? 2 1 is 2. It will not alter the value. See, what does it see? 2 into 6 into 6 by 6. So, 2 into 1, 2. So, when you multiply and divide by the same number, it is not going to alter the value. So, now what we get? 12 by 6. Here what we got? 18 by 6. Now, the numbers between the rational numbers between the 5 rational between 2 and 3 are 13 by 6, 14 by 6, 15 by 6, 16 by 6 and 17 by 6. These are the 5 rational numbers between 2 and 3. Suppose say if I take one more example, 4 and 7. So if I ask you to find, write the 4 rational number between 4 and 7. First thing, how many rational numbers I need in between 4 and 7? I need 4. So increase it count by 1. 4 plus 1, 5. Next step is multiply the numerator, multiply and divide by 5. So 4 into 5 divided by 5, 7 into 5 divided by 5. This is first step. This is second step. In the third step, so what you will get? 20 by 5. This is 35 by. This is 35 by 5. Yes. Now 21 by 5, 22 by 5, 23 by 5, 24 by 5. So 25 by 5. These are the numbers between, rational numbers between 4 and 7. Understood? So pause the video and note it down. Now we will start with exercise 1.1. The first question is 0 a rational number? Can you write it in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0? Yes, obviously we can, yes, 0 is a rational number. 0 is a rational number. First part of the question has been addressed. Yes, 0 is a rational number because, so 0 can be written in the form of P by Q, 0 by 1. Yes or no? Where 0 and 1 are integers. 0 and 1 are integers and Q is not equal to 0. This should be your answer. Yes. Is 0 a rational number? Yes, 0 is a rational number because we are able to write 0 is in the form of P by Q and Q is not equal to 0. Hence, this is the solution for the first question. So, what is the second question? So, second question is, so please pause the video and note it down. Next. So, next question is, find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. Second question is, find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. What is the procedure that we need to follow? How many rational number we need? We need 6 rational number. We need 6 rational number. Increase the count by 1, which is equal to 7. In the next step, what we are supposed to do? We need to multiply and divide the numbers by 7. So, 3 into 7 divided by 7. 4 into 7 divided by 7. So, 3 7s are 21. 21 divided by 7. And 4 7s are 28 divided by 7. So, we need to write the numbers in between. So, 22 by 7, 23 by 7, 24 by 7, 25 by 7, 26 by 7, 27 by 7. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the rational numbers. Are the rational numbers. Are the 6 rational numbers. Are the 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. Hope you understood. So, this is the basic procedure. 6 rational numbers we are supposed to write in between 3 and 4. What did I tell you? If they ask you 6, increase it count by 1. Then after that, multiply and divide both the two numbers by the whatever the number that you obtain. Then after that, so you will get this. Then, so you can write the numbers in between, right? Yes or no? 21 to 28. See, this denominator will remain the same. 22 by 7, 23 by 7, 24 by 7 up to 27 by 7 are the 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. Hope you understood. So, next question is, find the 5 rational number between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. Find the 5 rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. So, third question is, find the, how many rational numbers? 5 rational numbers. So, we need to find the 5 rational number between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. How many rational numbers? 5 rational numbers we need to write. Okay, same procedure we need to follow. What procedure we need to follow? So earlier, whatever the number was there, how many numbers we need to write? Their count is to, so we used to increase their count by 1. Then we used to multiply and divide by that particular number. Then we used to write the numbers in between. So same procedure will follow. How many numbers we need to write? 5 rational numbers between these two rational numbers. Okay. So 5, increase the count by 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. Next, what we are supposed to do? Multiply and divide by this particular number. So 3 by 5 into 6 by 6. 4 by 5 into 6 by 6. So 3 6 are 18 divided by 30, comma 24 divided by 30. So the required 5 rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5 are 18. And so 18 after 18. So 19 by 30, 20 by 30, 21 by 30, 22 by 30, 23 by 30. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So why will not include 18 by 30 and 24 by 30? 18 by 30 is nothing but 3 by 5. For 24 by 30 is nothing but 4 by 5. We don't want those numbers. We want 5 rational numbers between these two numbers. So we have written it. Are the 5 rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. Hope you understood. Okay. So please pause the video and note it down. So next, fourth question. Fourth question is very simple. You can do it on your own. Fourth question is very much simpler to the statement which I stated, and I have given the reason whether it is. So fourth question states, see, I will read it for you and I'll explain. You can do it on your own. The first question is, state whether the following statements are true or false. And we need to give the reason for your answer, whatever the answer that we say. If I say true, I need to say why it is true. If it is false, why it is false. The first statement is, every natural number is a whole number. So every natural number is a whole number. See, when you write that, see, first one is, it is true. So first one is true. Why? Because natural number is a subset of whole number. All the natural numbers are whole number. The statement is true. Next, every integer is a whole number. See, whole numbers to the whole numbers, if I add negative numbers, I will get integers. The statement is, every integer is a whole number. Every integer is a whole number? No. This is, if we cannot travel back in the reverse direction. From the center to the periphery we can move. Okay. From this end we can move. We cannot travel in this end. So all integers are whole numbers is false. Because you can give a reason. What reason? See, after this, what you can you see, minus 3 is a integer. Minus 3 is an integer which is not a whole number. Like this you can give a reason. Understood? Next, third one. Every rational number is a whole number. Again, to the integer, see, all the integers are subset of a rational number. But what is the statement? Every rational number is a whole number. Every rational number is a whole number. False. Then what reason you are going to give? The reason that you are going to give is 3 by 5 is not a whole number. 3 by 5 is not a whole number. Understood? So what we need to do while giving a reason, we need to look for a particular example which will prove the statement wrong. Which will prove the statement wrong. What was the statement? Every rational number is a whole number. Every rational number is a whole number. That is the statement. I said false. To justify my answer, I should give a example that should prove this particular statement wrong. So 3 by 5 I have taken, which is a rational number, which is not whole number. Hence, it will not satisfy the given statement. Hence, it is false. So this concludes exercise 1.1. Thank you.